Hello gaming fans, I'm here in Essen on the Essen Spielt Fair and I'm here with the founder of Grandpa Beck's Games. So we have Skull King and we have Cover Your Assets and that's Brent Beck and he will tell us everything about these games. So hello, nice to have you here.
Nice to meet you, thanks for being here.
You are the founder of Grandpa Beck. Can you tell us how do you found it?
In my real life, I was an airline pilot and my wife and I had the idea about 20 years ago about a game, and we kept enjoying it and trying to develop it. Eventually we formed the company about 16 years ago and started working on how to bring the game to the market. And then about 13 years ago, we took the first two games to Toy Fair New York to launch them, and we've been working on that ever since to try and build the game line, and now our 12th game comes out in January.
We are here in Essen, and what are your first impressions of the fair right here?
I came for the first time 4 years ago and was blown away by the size of it all, and it's so fun. And so many people find that playing a game can bring them together, and it can give them an option to be able to have so many good interactive things. Because if you're just watching TV or you're not really gaining a relationship, you're just kind of watching something else. And so games are very important because people interact together and they learn to respond to people's emotions and to play fair and to learn strategy. I think it's a very important skill. I think every couple that's dating ought to play games together so that they learn how the person does in stressful situations like losing a game or winning a game.
You have two games right here, so I see Skull King and Cover Your Assets. Can you tell us everything about the game and what makes them special?
All of our games, we really try to bring games that can be played by all ages and that people can enjoy with the kids or with adults or everyone together. And especially our first game that we developed is called Cover Your Assets. It's super easy to learn for any age. You learn in a couple minutes how to play, and yet you want to play it over and over and over again. And so we really enjoy the fact that people can spend so much time together and build relationships. Skull King is a game which we really enjoy playing because it has so many good options, so many twists and turns that you can win with the low cards or high cards. It's all about bidding how many times you're going to win. And I've played it for 15 years, and every time I play, it's still very compelling. And I love to hear from people that they're enjoying the games together with their family and friends, and that it's such an important part of their social time. And I get to make a connection with people as they play our games, because on each box, my phone number and my email address is there. So people send me pictures and they ask questions and write me letters. And so it's a really fun chance to be involved in people's lives.
How do the feedback of all the players influence your game, your current game and your next games?
Well, actually, over the years, because we're a family business, we're very flexible, and people give us ideas, and sometimes we develop them into the game. Like in the Skull King game, we have a white whale card, which is a result of a customer giving us an idea. It was actually going to be a shark attack card, but we made it a white whale card with the same function. But we took that feedback from a customer, and that helped us to improve the game over time.
You said you had a lot of games, so how long do you need to create and finish a game? So,
because we always want our games to be the best they can, we work on games, but we don't really have a schedule when to get it out. We want to make sure it's ready when it's ready. And so sometimes that means a year, sometimes we work on it for 8 years and aren't quite ready yet. So we have a lot more ideas. We have a dozen ideas we're working on, but we don't actually finish the artwork and bring it to market until we feel we really have the best game that we can have.
I'm looking for it. So I was on holiday for 1 week ago and I played Skull King almost every day. So it was a lot of fun and I didn't know the game before and I just learned it right there. And I'm losing every time to my girlfriend, to be honest. So can you give me some insider tips or something how I get better in Skull King?
The game is really all about getting your bid. And so you have to be cautious to try and not bid too many or too few. And you have to really plan. That's the tricky part of the game. But and it varies. If you're playing with a small group or a large group, the dynamics change. So it's quite variable. But the more you play, the more you're used to it. But you really want to avoid bidding zero and then having to win, because that's a big negative in points. That's sometimes with the bigger group, the problem is bidding too many. But it takes practice, but it's worth it because people want to play it over and over again.
Yeah, maybe I just bet too much every time and want too much points, and then I'm losing everything of it.
In this game, you want to win the same number that you bid. So it's not always about winning, it's about winning the number you predicted you would win.
So, you distribute the game on your own company. So, and you give the license to Germany and some other countries. You work together with German, with Ravensburger. How is it going?
We really enjoy the relationship with Ravensburger. My wife has been a super big fan of Ravensburger puzzles and games for a long time. She loves puzzles, but she loves the Ravensburger puzzles best because of the best quality. And so the fact that we get to be partners with her favorite company that makes the puzzles she loves so much is a really pleasure to us, because we have great respect for the company, and we got to go Monday to tour the factory and see how they make the puzzles and to meet all the good people there. So we really had a great time, and we just really feel honored to be partners with Ravensburger for 4 languages in Europe.
So we are here at Ravensburger and we have a lot of games. Which game you are looking for and which makes you excited right here?
Well, I've got 3 of the Ravensburger games I want to order when I get home, especially to play with the family. I think my grandkids would really enjoy the Gravitrax, because it's very kind of, dynamic with the building and then all the ways that balls can go downhill and you can connect them together. So I'm looking forward to getting that one to play with the grandkids. And then I have a grandson who's autistic, and he really loves Minecraft. So I think a Minecraft game would be great, because then he could play that with the family, because he plays on the computer, but now he can play the game with his family. So I'm really excited about getting that one for the son and for the grandson who loves Minecraft. And then as a family, we really love the movie Princess Bride, and so I think it'd be great to get the board game of Princess Bride so that we could now have the game as well as the movie that we love watching so much.
It sounds great. I have a question for Skull King. So there are a lot of pictures and pirates, and there are many pictures. So how did you create all the characters? What's the story behind this?
It's kind of a fun story, because we're a family company, and we needed faces for the characters, and so we said, why not make the faces of our family? So in the game, I'm the Skull King, and then my wife is the Tigress, which is a very special card because it can either win or lose. It's I call it the woman's prerogative card, because she gets to win or lose at her choice. And then the 5 pirates are the 5 faces of our kids illustrated as pirates, and there's little backstories about why they are illustrated the way they are. So it makes it very personal, very much of an outreach from our family to each family that plays it. And the 2 mermaids, this is a daughter-in-law, and this is our artist, April, who does all the artwork. And so she's such a great part of our company. We love the fact that she gets to be in the game. And the year that we decorated the card, she made a Halloween costume like the mermaid, because she enjoyed it so much. In the game, there's 4 different suits, and the pirate map card is actually a map of the island where I live, and the X marks the spot where we live. And so it's in Washington State, in the northwest part of the USA, but it's kind of fun to have a little secret, the fact that this card, it represents where we live.
That's a pretty nice insider. So at the end, we have something very special, because you signed a game for us. So we have 3 signed Skull King games, and we will take this one with us, and you should take part of our next competition, because on our games channel you can win one of these Skull King games signed by Grandpa Bex. So it's really, really special. Just subscribe our channel and leave a like and a comment, and I see you on the competition.